Hi fellas, this is schematics again with the solution. Welcome back to another video tutorial. Now we're gonna solve this question. Okay. So if you have missed the previous solutions, don't worry. I will put the link. I'll put the link to the previous solution at the end of this tutorial. Okay. So let's carry on. So let's at first read this question. Magnesium chloride crystals were prepared using the following reaction. So this is the equation given. Thanks a lot for providing this piece of information. The ionic equation for this reaction is this, and this, blah 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 blah. Okay. So now what we need to know is here some points. So now let us discuss some points before going to the conclusion. Okay. So here there are some specific points that we need to know, that only aqueous solution would have free ions. Okay. So only aqueous solution would have free ions. Okay, not solid or liquid. So aqueous solution would have free ions. Only aqueous solution would have free ions. That's fine. Then here is another point that we need to know, that common ions, or more specifically if we say spectator ions. Okay, spectator ions. They have just came here to watch the gameplay. Okay. So common ions or spectator ions, more specifically, on both sides get cancelled out. Okay. So on both sides get cancelled out. Cancelled. Okay. Get cancelled. Then there is another point. After cancellation, we would be left with actual ions. Okay. So after cancel, we would left with the actual ionic equation. Okay. So this is it. So here are some points that we need to know, that only aqueous solution will have free ions. That's fine. The common ions or spectator ions on both sides get cancelled out. After the cancellation, we would left with actual ionic equation. Okay. So now let us study this ionic equation. Sorry, let's study this equation. So in here we can see that here HCl is in aqueous solution, so it will have free ions. Here H plus and Cl minus are free ions. And if we look at magnesium oxide, this is solid, so it won't have any free ions since it is solid. So if we look at magnesium chloride, since it is in aqueous solution, so it will definitely have positive ions, positive free ions, and negative free ions. Okay, since water is liquid, so it won't have any ions. So now let us look out for spectator ions. Since this is in aqueous solution, this will have free chloride ions, this, and in here we also have free chloride ions, so this would get definitely cancelled out. Okay, so here we would be left here with H plus and Mg2 plus. Okay, the actual ions over here. So now let us rewrite here. The equation should be like this: 2H plus aqueous. Okay, now let us rewrite this equation ignoring the spectator ions on both sides. Okay, MgO solid gives us Mg2 plus. Since the charge of this magnesium ion, since this is a free ion, since magnesium is a free ion over here, so it will have a charge Mg2 plus. Okay, I hope that you have get that. Okay, so this is the actual ionic equation for this reaction. Okay? So now let us match this thing with this one. So 2H plus MgO solid. So let us look out for 2H plus MgO solid, then Mg2 plus. So this option matches with this one. So this D would be the answer. Okay. So here D is the answer, since this matches with this equation. So I hope that you have I hope that fellas you have understood this question as well as the solution. So if you have still any if you still have any question or confusion regarding this problem, please let me know in the comment section. Okay. So now let us move on to the next question. So the next question asked, let's see what does the next question asked. The amount of hydrochloric acid was used was this amount. So the mole is given over here, hydrochloric acid. Okay. Which of the following solutions of hydrochloric acid contains this amount of HCl? So here number of mole is given in the question. So here we can see that number of mole is given here in the question. So now let's use the following equation. Now we're gonna use this equation, that number of mole is equals to, this is the general mole equation. Number of mole is equals to concentration multiplied by volume. Okay. If we want to convert this into dm cube, no, we don't need to convert this into, well, we need to convert this into dm cube, 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, since the concentration is in dm cube. So here let's use this equation in order to find the number of moles. Since in this question they have asked us to find the amount, okay, this amount of HCl. Which of the following solutions of hydrochloric acid contains this amount of HCl? Okay. So in here the amount of mole, the number of mole should be, in other words, 0.1. Okay, since the mole is given here. So we know the number of moles, and we know the volume. Do we know the volume? Let's see. The amount of hydrochloric acid was used was 0.1 mole. Which of the following solutions of hydrochloric acid contains this amount of mole? Well, so here if we multiply the concentration that is given over here, this concentration, if we multiply this with this with this, this with this, and finally this with this, then we will end up getting 0.1 mole, since the number of moles should be 0.1 mole. So let's see, let's check which one should be 0.1 mole after multiplying these two things. Okay, since number of moles is equals to concentration multiplied by volume. Okay, so if we multiply this with this one, we will end up getting 0.01 mole for this particular solution. Okay, and if we multiply this with this, then we're gonna end up getting 0.1 mole for this solution. Okay, we are just multiplying the given concentration with the corresponding volume in each option, and we will stop to the option where it matches with this amount of mole, number of moles. Okay, so let us continue until we get the number of moles as 0.1 mole, since the number of mole of hydrochloric acid is expected to have 0.1 mole. Okay, so now If we multiply this with this, then we're gonna get 0.01 mole. Once again, so this is the last option. So if we multiply this and this using this equation, okay, then we're gonna end up getting 0.1 mole. So here D should be the answer. Okay, so D is the answer. Since if we multiply this volume with the corresponding concentration, given concentration, then we're gonna get this what should we say, mole, number of moles. Okay, so since let's have a check. Concentration mole per dm cube multiplied by volume, which is 20 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, so since this 20 cm cube is in cm cube, since this 20 volume is in cm cube, since this volume is in cm cube, since this volume is in cm cube, so we need to convert it into dm cube. So for that we need to multiply this with 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, so if we calculate, we're gonna get 0.1 mole. So this matches with this given value. Yeah, and that is why D should be the answer. Okay, so fellas, I hope that you have understood the question as well as the solution. Still, if you don't understand, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, so now let's move on to the next question. Okay, so here an excess of magnesium oxide was reacted with 0.1 mole of the hydrochloric acid. Which of the following is the smallest mass which would provide an excess of magnesium oxide? Okay, so in here, let us at first analyze the information given. Okay, here magnesium oxide is in excess, and here since magnesium oxide is in excess, so this should be limited as expected. Okay, so this is expected to be limited. Okay, so this is limiting reagent and this is excess reagent. So which of the following is the smallest mass which would provide an excess magnesium oxide? So the molar mass of magnesium oxide is given here as this. So here, in short, they have asked us to find mass. Okay, so they have asked us to find mass of what? Mass of magnesium oxide. Mass of magnesium oxide. Okay, so in short, they have asked us to find the mass of magnesium oxide, which should be added. So let us find the mass of magnesium, the amount of magnesium oxide should be added. So let's have a check over here. So reacted, at first let us find reacted mass of magnesium oxide. Okay, so here the reacted mass of magnesium oxide is number of moles. We will use the formula mass multiplied by number of moles. Mass multiplied by number of moles multiplied by what? Molar mass. Okay, we're gonna use this formula over here. So here the number of moles is 0.05. Okay, 0.05 multiplied by 40.3 gram per mole. So wait, I know fellas, you will ask that why would we get this amount. So since this magnesium oxide is reacted with hydrochloric acid, so if you have noticed in the previous Well, the equation for the reaction is this: magnesium oxide reacting with HCl to give magnesium chloride plus water. Then that's so. So here we can see that there should be 2. Oh, this should be 0. No. This formula should be MgO. Okay. So here, since the mole ratio is 1:2 with respect to magnesium and magnesium oxide and hydrochloric acid, since the mole ratio of magnesium oxide with hydrochloric acid is 1:2, so here, since hydrochloric acid is the limited reagent, then we're gonna find the number of moles of magnesium oxide with respect to hydrochloric acid, since this hydrochloric acid is in limiting reagent. Okay, so here, since the number of moles of hydrochloric acid is 0.1, so therefore the number of moles of magnesium oxide is expected to have 0.05 moles. It will become half. Okay, so this is equals to half of the number of moles of hydrochloric acid. Okay, so this is how we're gonna find the number of moles of magnesium oxide. So if we calculate, we're gonna get something like this: 2.015 gram. Okay, so this is the reacted mass. So this mass has reacted. So here we know that now we know the reacted amount of mass of magnesium oxide. Okay, is this. So we're gonna take the value. We're gonna take the value that is close to this value. Okay, we will choose such value that should be close to this value. Since this is not the excess one, okay, this is the most accurate mass of magnesium oxide that would react with hydrochloric acid. So this is the reacted mass of magnesium oxide. So here, since we have taken magnesium oxide as excess, so the mass should be so this mass should be greater than the mass of magnesium oxide reacted. So this mass should be this mass should be greater. This mass that we would find here should be greater than the mass of magnesium oxide reacted. Okay, so in here, since this value is closer to this value, so the answer is B. Okay, so I hope that fellas why B should be the answer. Okay, so here B is the answer. So here we have used another relationship, that is number of mole of magnesium oxide is equals to half the number of mole of HCl. We have just used this relationship over here. So this is how we're gonna find the answer. So fellas, I hope that you have understood the question as well as the solution. If you have any question regarding this solution, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, so now let us move on to the next question. So if you have any question regarding the previous solution, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, so now let us move on to the next question. What is the first step in obtaining pure hydrated crystals of magnesium chloride from the resulting reaction mixture? So they have asked us to find the first step in obtaining pure hydrated crystals of magnesium chloride from the resulting reaction mixture. So how do we separate pure magnesium chloride pure hydrated crystals of magnesium chloride? this is the question they have asked. Okay, so they have asked in short that how do we separate these magnesium chloride crystals from the mixture. Okay, so let's have a look. So if we see closer, if we look closer here, here this step A and B, here in step A and B over here, okay, crystals, the crystals of magnesium chloride, are still in aqueous. Okay, are still in aqueous, so it is mixed with impurities. So it is still mixed with impurities. Impurities like reactants. It is mixed with reactants. Here products as well as reactants are also present. So this is what we meant by impurities. Okay. So it is mixed with impurities. So that is why we gonna ignore step A and B. Okay. Now this is the actual option. This is the separation option. The filtering would separate the crystals from the aqueous solution. Distilling also separates the mixture from the distilling the solution would also separate the crystals from the solution. So this is the actual separation step. Okay. So now the question is, which should be the answer? Is it C or D? Well, fellas, if we follow the question, we're gonna get the answer. Here they have asked us to find the first step. So the first step, the first procedure of separation would be filtering. We would first filter the solution, then we're gonna carry out distilling. Okay, distillation. So first step, here the first step is filtering. Since the first step is filtering, so C is the answer. Okay, fellas. So I have so we hope that sorry. So fellas, I hope that you have understood the question as well as the solution. If you still have any confusion, please let me know in the comment section. Okay. Now let us move on to the next solution. Okay. I know, fellas. The video is becoming longer. So what should we do? Since we are discussing this thing in detail, so it is getting quite longer, pretty longer. Okay. So now let us read this question. Use the data below to calculate the number of moles of water of crystallization in each mole of hydrated magnesium chloride. Okay. So this is the data given. So here they have asked us to calculate the number of moles of water of crystallization in each mole of hydrated magnesium chloride. Okay. So here the molar mass of magnesium chloride is given. The molar mass of hydrated magnesium chloride is given. So if we subtract these two, then we're gonna get what? We're gonna get the water of we're gonna get the molar mass of water of crystallization. Okay. So let me write this thing up. Molar mass of XH2O. This means the water of crystallization. Okay. So this means the water of crystallization. So this is the water of crystallization. We're gonna find the molar mass of water of crystallization by subtracting the hydrated MgCl2 minus only MgO. subtracting hydrated MgCl2 with dry MgCl2. Well, this is dry and this is hydrated. Okay, this is dry MgCl2 and here hydrated MgCl2. Hydrated means water is present here. So if we subtract this with this, then we're gonna get the water of crystallization. Okay, a molar mass of water of crystallization. So subtracting these two, then we're gonna get the molar mass of water of crystallization. So the molar mass of water of crystallization is 108 gram per mole. Okay. Now we have just found out the molar mass of water of crystallization. Okay, which is 108 gram, and we also know the molar mass of water, which is 18. So if we divide this molar mass with 18, then we're gonna get the number of moles of water of crystallization. That's it. So let's carry out the calculation. So here, number of moles of water of crystallization should be molar mass, molar mass of molar mass of water of crystallization divided by molar mass of water. Okay, pure water. So the molar mass of water of crystallization that we have calculated earlier, find out earlier, is 108. Here the molar mass of water here is 18. So here we're gonna get the answer as 6. So the number of moles of water of crystallization is 6. So the value of x is 6. The value of this x is 6. So, well, let us write this as x, then it will be much clearer. So here the answer would be C, which is 6. Okay. So I hope that fellas you have understood the question as well as the solution. If you still have any question regarding this topic, please let me know in the comment section. Okay. So I know fellas, this tutorial has become pretty lengthier. The video has become pretty lengthier since we have discussed in details about this topic. So I'm really glad that you are still watching this tutorial regardless of the time. You have given your precious time for watching this video tutorial, and I'm really glad that you are spending your precious time in watching my video tutorial. I'm really appreciating that, fellas. So fellas, that's the end of this solution. In the next solution, we're gonna solve the next question of this question paper. So stay tuned. Okay. So until then, signing out for today. So see you in the next lesson. So stay awesome, stay cool, best of luck for your exam, and as always, peace with chemistry.